Oh, hi there! I'm Trevor, and you may remember me from such videos as Summer Brothers and the Humphrey Farm playlist. And today, what we're doing is building the foundation for my brand new shed. I'm going to be building a 12-foot by 8-foot foundation out of 2x6 pressure-treated lumber using these here deck blocks. What I've done is lined them up as close as I could with the string, and once we get into the leveling and actually placing the wood into the blocks, we'll make sure that they're perfectly aligned. We'll go over that in a minute.
Sure.
But, yeah. To not overwhelm myself in one day, I spent the last few weeks digging out this area. But now it's super important that I dig it nice and deep where I'm going to end up putting all of the blocks and all of the wood. For if I don't dig it down, we can't get the wood into the blocks. Well, I've been doing a lot of shoveling, and I'm sweating my sweet booty off. Gotta keep digging trenches so I can put all the pieces of wood in here properly. So, just a bunch more digging to go. We'll check back in soon. Good boy, Rocky. Alright, Brain. Here we are, the next day. It's super early, too early for me. Brain's not working, but this is when my good friend Eric could show up and help me. And as you can see, we've leveled the area and we've covered it in the landscape fabric. So, next up is filling it with crushed limestone. Here we go. Putting the ball in the pit. This is not a ball pit. Well, now we've fully covered the landscape fabric. Now we're just creating a thicker layer. Alright, we've got this thing filled with all of our gravel, and we've got it somewhat level. So now it's time to go around and level these bad boys, the concrete feet that hold our 2x6s to build our frame. What we're going to do is do the four corners first with the full length boards and make sure they're all level, and then we'll start putting in the ones in between. So here we go. Ah, damn it. Just back a tiny bit. Alright, so come closer please. We've determined that Whitby Building Code will allow us to build any sort of structure that is under 10 square meters, and as long as it's at least 2 feet from each fence. We got 24 inches this way, 24 inches this way. What I'm hoping that I'm such a professional that when I grab my level completely by accident, without doing any additional work, it's going to be perfect. Hot diggity dog, we are so close to level.
Ooh.
We just need to put a little bit more gravel under this one. Alright, so we've built the four corners of the frame. They're all nice and leveled. This is a 12-foot by 8-foot structure. So what we had to do is measure the diagonal, which is, if you use Pythagorean theorem, is 14 feet 5 inches. So we made sure that both this way and that way were exactly 14 foot 5. Now what we're going to do, use these sweet corners and these here 3.5-inch screws to really secure each of the corners. Alright, so we got our 3.5-inch screws coming in from the outside this way, and we just got to add in these little corner brackets like this. Beautiful. Alright, we got all our concrete blocks perfectly level. We built the exterior of our frame. Now I've got to secure the interior pieces. Yeah, baby. And we started to put in joist hangers to get all of the in-betweens, so we have some support every 16 inches. Alright, so at the end here, I went straight in, but that's kind of impossible at this point. So I'm going to do a nice little 45-degree angle. Start at a little less angle, fill the screw tape, and then in we go. Just like, not like that. Oops. Just like that. My long drill bit's getting a little rough at the edge, so it's skipping a lot. Every 16 inches here, we need to put ourselves a joist. And what we're going to use to support them are these joist hangers. And I'm no professional, but I think I figured out how they go in. So what I'm going to do, take my little sample 2x6, place it in here, nice and flush with the back, like this. Hold it tight, just like that. I'm going to take one of my screws, a little 1.5-inch screw, put that on the drill. What I'm going to do, hope the screw doesn't fall off, and here we go. Just like that. Now I can secure the second one. Just like this. So what I want to do is leave one side open till I'm ready to place this full-length piece. Beautiful. So now I have to do the joist hanger on the opposite side here. So let's do that. Got my sample 2x6 here. Just a little cutting from earlier. I've got my every 16-inch line. I've got my 1.5-inch screw on the tip. Hopefully it stays there. I'm going to line up this joist hanger and put in the screw. Practice makes better.
Some people think I'm crazy.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take my pre-cut piece, and this should fit perfectly right there. Just like that. Beautiful. And this joist hanger comes with a handy little feature. You can see here there's a little hole to put in a screw at an angle. So I'm going to hold this in tight, get this started. Get a nice pinch here. Drive this screw all the way in. And a little tighten. There we go. Now all I have to do is anchor the joist hanger on this side. One and two. Now I just repeat the process on this side and check it out. We've done almost all of them already. Boom shakalaka. And I'm done. Well, not quite. You see, due to our whole coronavirus business, there were literally 0 8-foot 2x6s of pressure-treated wood available in my region. So I had to get 12-footers, and I calculated it properly. Even the best of us make some mistakes. What can you do? So let's go over everything that I did. First off, I marked out my area 1 foot larger than I needed in every direction. So I made it 14 long by 10 wide. Then I did a ton of digging, as you can see by the pile right here, so that I could get all my blocks below grade, so once I built it up, it would be at grade. Then I brought in all the gravel, got the delivery, had my good friend Eric help me load it all back here. Then what I did is compacted it as best I could, put all my blocks back in place, lined them all up, measured to make sure we were square. Then my good friend Scott showed up and we made sure everything was level. We put a little gravel here, took a little gravel away here to make sure everything worked out. So once we got our external frame set up, we put all the blocks in the middle, and then I started adding in the smaller joists to connect the whole thing together using the joist hangers. And what I'll promise you is that my next garden update, I'll have the last pieces put in, and I will fill in the rest of the area to prevent any critters from living under my shed with the rest of this dirt mixed with this gravel, and it's gonna look beautiful once there's a nice big shed here. See you later. My wife